This meeting shall come to order at 7 o'clock. Please rise for the invitation. Councilman Adams will lead us in
Dear Lord, please help us clear any anger, pain, and resentment from our lives. Our city officials, workers, and residents have a long road ahead. Please guide us in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome, everyone. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Jones. Here. Safarati.
Present.
Jackson.
Here.
Brownlee.
Here.
Drzansky.
Here.
Agee.
Here.
Albers.
Here. There is no addendum this evening. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the special meeting on July 8, 2014 and July 9, 2014 as amended?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Adams. Jones.
Yes.
Safarati.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Brownlee.
No.
Drzansky.
Yes.
Agee.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the regular meetings on June 18, 2014 and July 16, 2014 and the special meeting on July 7th as presented?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Adams.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Safarati.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Brownlee.
No.
Drzansky.
Yes.
Agee.
Yes. Thank you. Are there any communications tonight?
Yes, Madam Chair. From the Ohio Division of Liquor Control, notice to the Legislative Authority of a proposed transfer of a C, C2, and C2X liquor license from Mapletown Foods Incorporated, formerly at 15860-70 Broadway Avenue, to Harsh Smoker Friendly Incorporated at 15800 Broadway Avenue, Maple Heights, Ohio. From the Ohio Division of Liquor Control, notice to the Legislative Authority that the Division of Liquor Control will conduct a hearing upon the objection of the transfer of ownership of a liquor permit to Marquita D. Hutchkins, owners of Weaves Lounge at 5154 Warrensville Center Road, requested by the City of Maple Heights on November 19, 2014 at 10:30 at the Frank Losh Building, downtown Cleveland, Ohio.
Thank you. There are no committee reports this evening, so we'll move to the department reports and start with our Fire Department Chief Vito.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I'd like to, on behalf of myself and the members of the Fire Department, congratulate Chief Popolarczyk on his promotion and pledge our continued support to him as Police Department.
Thank you.
Fire Department today has responded to 4,047 calls. That is again an increase from last year. With the fall time change, the Fire Department again reminds all residents to change their batteries and test their smoke detectors. Cooler temperatures will also start furnace use. Having your furnace cleaned and tested every year ensures its proper operation, increases efficiency, and detects possible malfunctions that can cause a carbon monoxide buildup. Carbon monoxide detectors are also recommended for homes with any open flame appliances. We also remind residents to use fireplaces and wood burners to have your chimneys cleaned and inspected. Any use of portable heaters should be done carefully and follow the manufacturer's recommendations. And lastly, we would also like to remind all the residents to have their house address plainly visible. This helps in averting any delay for safety forces when we respond.
Thank you, Chief. Law Department, Mr. Montello.
Also like to congratulate Chief Popolarczyk. Sorry I missed it. I was before that trial. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Police Department, Chief Popolarczyk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. During the month of October, the police department responded to 1,850 total calls for service. That will bring us to 20,013 calls for the year through November 5th. Of particular note is during that 1 month span, there were 36 burglaries in the city. Again, if you see something, say something. We can't do our job unless you call us with what you see. We need your help. So please, if you see something going on, call during the course of that month. I think they mentioned the mayor, we've got probably 6 burglars and 3 separate break-ins up in Councilman Trojansky's district. So if you call, we will get there and we'll take care of the problem. As all of you know, the traffic cameras you lost last night, they're no longer operational. From the police department standpoint, we will not be approving any citations that were issued after November 4th, 2014 at 11:59 p.m. Any citations that were issued before that time will be, if they're approved, you will get them in the mail. They, of course, will be subject to the hearing process. You can request a hearing, whatever you choose to do with that. As far as the cameras themselves, spoken with the Optic Traffic representative, the cameras will be removed sometime tomorrow during the day. The people come out to take care of it, and that will be the end of the program. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Chief. Human Services Department, Mrs. Bopat.
Thank you, Madam President. First, I would also like to, the Department of Human Services would like to congratulate Chief Papalarczyk and look forward to working with the police department in the future. Secondly, we'd like to thank all of the residents who did support the senior levy. Although it didn't pass, we do appreciate those of you who did support it and see the value in the work that we do. Ironically, the numbers came in for the end of October, and in the month of October, with 3 vans, the senior department did 1,465 one-way trips in 19 days of service, and each of those days of service are between 6 and 7 hours. So those are a lot of one-way trips. And at our food pantry, we had our highest month in October, serving 1,038 individuals, providing them with 3 days of food. Thank you, end of report.
Thank you, Mrs. Bopat. Finance Department, Mrs. Kroll.
Good evening. First, on behalf of the Finance Department, we too would like to extend congratulations to Chief Papalarczyk, who has been a friend to us as well as my colleague. Currently, we are starting to work on the amended 2014 appropriations and also the 2015 temporary budget, which will come before this body in the near future. Thank you for my report.
Thank you, Ms. Kroll. We have time now for the citizens' residents' comments. If you'd like to step up to the podium, you're welcome to make a comment within 3 minutes, please. Your name and your address.
Russell, I live at 18301 Lewis Drive. Unfortunately, I feel bad about the cameras being.
Is your mic on? Is UCB on the top?
Is you not?
Yeah, could you just repeat your name?
I'm Velma Russell.
Russell.
Right. Unfortunately, I'm not pleased about the cameras being gone. Just the other day, before the election, there was a guy behind me blowing his horn, kids in the crossing guard. He went around me, almost ran into the kids. I mean, my reaction would have been at that point to take care of kids. I would never got the license plate on that car. So it's just too much of that going on where our kids are being run down by people in a hurry going nowhere fast. If you're late for work, you're already late. Slow down. If you slow down, you wouldn't have to worry about getting a ticket.
That's right.
Unfortunately, on the police, with the city and the police officers, that hurts them as well. We need money to pay these guys. They don't work for free. I'm pretty sure none of y'all work for free. I think we should have reconsidered that. Maybe we can put that back on the ballot in the spring. Let's see what we can do. I mean, because it's not fair to the kids, but it's not fair to these guys. I worked in their field. I worked in corrections for 16 years. I know where they're going. With the high school, it's a mess. It's an honest to God mess. I would have sent my dog to Maple Heights High School. That's how bad it is. They shouldn't be up there every day. For what? Because our kids are out of control? We don't have no control over our children? We need to do something. We're taking it apart. We're taking the city of Maple Heights apart.
Very well.
Hello, I'm Joanne Majoris of 14408 Tokay Avenue. Joanne Majoris of 14408 Tokay Avenue. I just have a question regarding the speed cameras. Are there any cancellation charges for removing them, like City of Cleveland has cancellation fees involved with their?
Ben Shoup, 15704 Rowena Avenue. I'd just like to say there's a lot of criticism sometimes when people get up here with you guys. I think you're doing an awesome job. I watch these meetings on YouTube, and you know that I think everything seems to be going pretty well. Aside from the financial situation, unfortunately there was state funding taken away from the city. There was some revaluations of properties, which resulted in a decrease in the revenue generated from some of our property taxes. And I think now the focus needs to be on generating revenue. So I might recommend, as a student of political science from Kent State with a bachelor's degree, that maybe we should look at the income tax credit that we're giving to our citizens that are living or working outside of Maple Heights, that live in Maple Heights. It's 2.5% every year, and it could be a way to generate some revenue. I don't want to pay it. It costs me about $1,500 a year, but it's something that our council could vote on that would, and did it pass? No. See, that was that, along with stimulation of business activities, looking at any way to generate income tax aside from raising income taxes. We need more participation in our workforce. We need more jobs. We need more money in the city. We need more policemen. We need more firemen. That's really all I have to say.
Thank you.
Marilyn Phillips on 14201 Schreiber Road. I just have a comment to say. I've lived in Maple Heights many, many years. I'm appreciative of our police department, our fire department. Everybody here is doing a great job. However, we have some people that live within the city and they feel we owe them everything. We don't owe them anything. You have to support yourself and support your city. That's what we're here for. It's not a free ride. We have these cameras. I thought they were a great asset to this community. Our police department, they do an outstanding job. They can't be everywhere. They have the students, I know the school. I've been to Maple Heights. I've graduated from there. There, the police department has to be there to control these children. They took away the capital punishment from kids at the school level. We have a serious problem with parents raising their kids. It's an issue, it's a money issue. Let's get together and let's work this out and get some money in this city and produce some businesses to want to come here. They don't want to come here because they know how rotten we've been lately. So let's change that issue. Thank you.
Christina Peterson, live at 184
14408 in Waterbury.
Can't hear you.
I just have a question. I don't know if you can answer or not. The corner of Waterbury and South, there is bus stops on every corner. And like the lady over here said, I've seen many kids almost get hit. But I called the officers the one day. We have parents that stop on this side and park, pick their children up, stop on this side, pick their children up. They're running back and forth, back and forth. When I called the police, they told me, we'll be right out, we'll be right out. I purposely drove around the corner and sat there. No one came. I've seen many kids, I've almost hit kids myself because parents don't watch them. They're waiting in cars. We need to do something about that corner before somebody gets hit. I have almost hit kids myself, this high, running between cars that I cannot see. I purposely go up all the way and around that stop now. And like she said, I have almost seen kids get hit. That end of Waterbury is full of children. Something needs to be done. And these bus drivers, someone really needs to have a talk with them. They don't watch where they're going. They talk about citizens running red lights or running stop signs or to slow and go. Your bus drivers do it also. I've sat there, I've watched them. I live on Waterbury. We can watch them and see. Something needs to be done about it.
I've almost hit him myself.
This is an announcement to all the people that didn't support this city. Thank you. This is stupid. City council tried every which way to build an economy and a budget. People should be very proud of yourselves for turning down every avenue to get income in the city. Proud that you're all stupid. Thank you.
It doesn't seem to be.
Zero alarm, 20709, Bowling Green. Now that the election has passed, and the results are whatever they are, so the residents, we've gone back to the residents 3 times, the taxes, and 3 times we've had the same results. So I think that's the message, that nobody wants any additional taxes or any new taxes. One of the things that I think is a source of revenue, and I'm just not hearing anybody talk about it, or at least there may be some, but I've not heard the discussion, is it's really people that aren't paying their taxes. We have so much money, I don't know what the dollar amount is at this point, but with the regional income tax, I get an estimate every quarter. You have to pay your quarterly estimate, you pay your taxes. Some people don't do that. So that's tax money that the city's not getting. So I don't know what the answer is. How do you get the RETA to collect that money and give it to us that's due to us? Or do you have to take them to court? Or do you take the people to court that aren't paying? But really the burden, what's happening is the people that are paying are being asked to pay more. The ones that weren't paying, it doesn't matter, they're not paying it anyway. And the same thing with my real estate taxes. Twice a year I write a check to the county for the real estate taxes. Twice a year, a lot of people, more than twice a year, don't pay it. Those years and years. And that's not fair either. So I don't know how people can be held responsible to pay their taxes. And the lady said she wouldn't send her kids to the Maple Heights schools. I've contended for a while that is a problem. If you look at every time that the state rankings are published where the school districts lie with each other, we stay on the bottom. I don't think we've ever been halfway up the list. So we are 2 or 3 from the bottom. So you wonder why people don't want to move in, because the school system has failed when they built those new schools, that was going to be the answer. Build them, they will come. Well, no, we built them. We're paying for it now. They're not coming. because nobody wants to go to the school system, and yet, time and time again, we just keep getting the same results. So I think maybe somebody has started a conversation with the school board. All these people here maybe should show up at the school board meeting and express their opinion about how this, if you're satisfied with the school system, don't go, but I'm not satisfied with them. But it's a real mystery to find out when they meet, because I've tried several times to find out when the school board meeting meets, and I can't get an answer. I can't find it on the website or anything. So, because I do want to go there, and I'm not satisfied with the bottom of the heap. And that's what we seem to be all the time.
Mr. Neal.
George Grissom, 6272 Dunn Road. Very disheartened feeling we're dealing with. Being a constituent in this community for about 27 years. You know, been here for a while. When problems happen or they arise, we try to do everything you can to support, look past personal agendas, and look for the betterment of the well of the community. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you get a few rogue people that see things in a narrow way, and you get some followers. Yeah, these are changing times, the community is changing. But there's been some people here that know this community, have their heart in this community, and would not do anything intentionally to try to undermine this community by any means. Sometimes you have to scrape, scratch, and claw to get what you need to do. You know, taxes from working. This community's changes. We have a lot of renters at this time coming into this community. I guess maybe the government got smart and they says, well, why have housing projects? We'll just give vouchers and then these older communities can absorb the influx of the people. All right, we don't want to discriminate. If you're poor, you're having a rough time, that's okay. If you make that a lifestyle, hey, that's your choice. You aim at nothing, you're sure to hit. But the thing of that is we don't get that tax revenue from those people. We might get property taxes paid by the landlords, but we don't get the revenue from people not having a job and paying their taxes. That's where the city makes their money. You know, the landlords, this levy was going on property taxes. Even if the people would have voted for this levy, it wouldn't have come out of their pocket. I have another property in this community. I voted for it. I was willing to pay whatever the menial cost is. You know, a pack of cigarettes, a drink at the bar, football tickets. You know, those are all things in today's world that don't seem to be necessity. The little bit of money that could have came out of, you know, the property taxes were reduced on our houses. Yeah, I felt it too. I'm here. But that money that was offset, that was reduced from the value of your house, could have been forwarded to this to shift that extra money to vote for the levy, for the maintenance levy. And shame on anybody. Shame on anybody. Shame on anybody who does not honor senior citizens.
Yes, yes.
Shame on you.
Yes.
You know, there's people that's lived and worked in this community and paid taxes all their lives. They're down, they're old. We kick them to the curb. If that's a changing world and changing society that this is happening in, how sad that is that we are as human beings. How sad that is.
Yes, it is, George.
How sad. Somebody that's blind, I know a gentleman that he looks forward to having someone come over Meals on Wheels and deliver him a meal. Heck, I built this chimney for free. I've donated my time to this city. I've put flowers at the War Memorial and veterans. My father was a veteran, was shot in the Battle of the Bulge on Christmas Day to give everybody freedoms.
Yes.
You know? I think on Veterans Day we should pay homage to the memorial, not do individualistic things.
Yes.
How about spending some time and really spending what the day that means? I just can't believe that, you know, we can't come together to want for the better well-being of a city. Nobody likes to ask for help, but if you ask for help to keep things afloat and keep things going, is there some reason to want to undermine? And if anybody has a better idea, man, bring it out, show some paperwork, maybe get together with some attorneys or something, do some research and present something, not just say, what can you do, or give me this. Come up with some ideas, do some footwork, come out there and put it out there. And if you have an agenda, you know, it's really good to go on positiveness, what I can do. There's so much slandering in campaigns of wrongfulness. Present yourself in an upward manner of, I can do this and do that. Don't have to go on slandering or looking at what's wrong. Come up with some good ideas. Bring good ideas to the table. It's so disheartening that the people of this community, what a changing community, sold ourselves short. You know, the cameras, what are we trying to do by taking them away? Saying, let's disobey the law. Hey kids, we got rid of the cameras. Follow this, because we don't have to obey law. Laws are there. Does everybody speed? Yeah, I have a bad speeding record. I voted for the cameras. Why? There's a safety issue, and maybe I should grow up and be mature and start to obey the law and set a precedent for other people to follow my actions. Yeah, would it be a little bit of revenue for the city? Sure, what's wrong with that? If you live in this community and you know the cameras are there and you're involved with the community, you're probably not going to speed and be aware. You're probably going to drive safer. You're not going to pay you're not going to have to pay the fines, and it's going to be a win-win situation. What's wrong with making a few dollars? You go and use your ATM card and they want to charge you $3 or $5. So there's nothing wrong. This is a capitalistic country. You charge something for your services, or you do a work, you charge as much as you can afford. The gas stations, there used to be checks and balances on, you can't price gouge. Price gouge, and you don't know who's price gouging, or I don't think there's checks and balances on that. Is there something wrong if there was a financial betterment? And if anybody knew there was a financial betterment and knew the city was in trouble and you voted against it, shame on you. Shame on you. You know, I live in this community, I have a daughter in this community, and I really take it personally when someone tries to affect my well-being and my betterment. You need me to donate some time? I'm there. You need me to vote for some issues? I'm there. You need some personal help? Call on me. I'll come and help you out. You need a door put up on your house? I can do something? Call me. I'll come and be active. We have some older people here, some older people that are on council. Respect. You know, I was an apprentice in a bricklayer program. I started off at the bottom. I respected the older people. I watched them. I moved my way up to become a foreman, to run companies, to have a business for myself. You know, there's no way that people who have been here for a long time and lived here and grow up here would ever undermine this community. Even though in these changing times and people's agendas that their mindsets are different. It's really, really sad that there has been some people to make the community in which I live in financially burdensome, unsafe, and I'm very sorry for the seniors. Very sorry for the seniors that this center cannot be funded. And that's all that I have to say from the heart, and thanks for listening to me.
Yeah, George.
Al Blunt, 5758 Longwood. Just heard the gentleman talk, and he said he would be there. He volunteered to plant flowers at the memorial and for Veterans Day he'd be there. While he was talking, I heard a lot of people saying, Well, Tuesday is Veterans Day. We have a Veterans Day service at the Honor Room at 11 o'clock. Let's see how many people we get out there. And hopefully we won't have somebody with hot dogs or a puppet show or face painting. Yes, Mr. Brownie, I'm talking about you.
My name is Carolyn Irby. I live at 18307 Highland Drive. And I've sat here and I listened and been called stupid if you're against anything. And I thought we had a democratic state that we can choose and make our own minds up and vote for how we want to vote. But my husband, before he passed a year ago, he was on oxygen. He couldn't cut the grass. He couldn't shovel the snow. And they cut it out after Mayor Incavar left. They cut the snow removal, the grass cut. I just want to know where the money is going. The administration has not been open enough to just show you in any budget, and even in your house, you should be able to just say, this was spent for this, and I'm in the dark. I don't feel to come to City Hall. There's no, there's nothing there to say come. The mayor's not open. I haven't felt that he was open. And I would like to know where my money is going. I am a taxpayer. I don't have Section 8 or whatever that is. But when I first moved here years ago, I believed in the city. But I've seen the decline. I mean, our city doesn't have anywhere for the children. And I think the parents are at fault because I've raised 2 children, 2 grandchildren. And the city is not at fault for the children. The parents are at fault. So we can't blame the city for the children. But the blue bags, we asked the question, where's that money going now that we don't have the blue bags? We have not gotten an answer. And there's some other things that are circulating. But if we could get those answers, we wouldn't have to speculate. We wouldn't have to think about it. And I still say the city is not open to the residents as it should be. And I don't need an applause.
A couple comments I'd like to make. We have a lot of houses that are vacant. No tax revenue is coming in. We have renters in those houses. They don't vote. If they do vote, they don't know what the heck they're voting for, and they're not paying their city tax to the city of Maple Heights for being a resident here. That is a big issue, a big problem. We've got to do something about that. I don't know what can be done. We've talked about this. I've been to the meetings when it's gotten this bad and dire need. People don't get involved. If they would come and hear some of these things, all of us are here because we're interested in it. But where are the rest of these people that are out there and live in Maple Heights? You don't see them anywhere. You don't see them at school board meetings. You've got to get this community involved to save this city. It was years ago. We did it. Come on, let's bring it back.
My name is Eva Lukowski, and I own property at 16218 Maple Heights Boulevard. And for the lady who just said that the mayor was not accessible, I had an issue. I went to City Hall. I spoke with the mayor. He worked with me to get my problems solved. I just have a question for you. Have you ever gone to City Hall and tried to solve your problems? There's a right way and there's a wrong way. Thank you.
Moving on to legislation.
Ordinance number 2014-84. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to assign the city's lease with Global Tower Partners and to enter into a contract with Unison Site Management for a perpetual easement adjacent to the cellular tower site at Gateway Boulevard in the city of Maple Heights and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance is on first reading.